Can y'all hear me? Mic check, mic check. One,
Yeah.
2. Y'all know what it is, man. It's the halftime show with the Nothing But Niners crew. Huh? Click, click, boom. What's going on, faithfuls? The Nothing But Niners crew is back. Guys, it's halftime. The 49ers are in a nail biter, man. The most desperate team in the NFL with a 0.6% chance of making the postseason. The Seattle Seahawks are pulling all the tricks out the bag. I'm talking about fake punts on the very first punt of the game. I'm talking about huddling with the official and the referee to get calls to go in their direction. I'm talking about players flopping. They are doing any and everything that they possibly can to get the calls and to get things going their way. And it's working, I guess, right? It's a 3-point game. The 49ers are up 23-20 because of a Robbie Gould missed extra point, 23-20. Now, Robbie Gould did boot a 50-yarder earlier in the game. He missed the extra point. Guys, Wayne, how you feeling, bro? You don't look too happy over there, man. You all right?
No, it's just it's Russell Wilson. We talked about this on the pregame show, and we got to find a way to take his behind out of this game. And until we can do that, apparently we can't touch him. And so it makes it that much harder on the defense mentally. And they're sitting there trying to get pressure and create pressures, and every time they touch him, it's a flag. Now, granted, but granted, those flags are what they are. 49ers are trailing winning at the half by 2. It's going to be what it is, man. We got to just continue to score every time we get the ball by any means necessary. So we got to have to figure it out. I think coming in that second half, we need to definitely control the clock more, get 7. If we're going to control the clock for 5+ minutes, we better score 7 points. And then after that, try to find a way to contain Russ, man. The defense started off real good. They were getting 3 and outs. Unfortunately, you lose your best corner in this game. It changes up the game a little bit. So, they're finding mismatches. They're getting Metcalf on Norman and stuff like that. If Norman is gonna play Metcalf, then I want Norman press man all day. Like jam that cat at the line, let the safety help over on the top.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot the defense some bail, and everything you said is correct. Everything you said is correct, but I know that a lot of people feel like the defense is falling apart. You guys got to remember that the last 2 Seahawk drives were 2-minute drills. The defense is supposed to be gassed. Right. The defense is supposed to get tired in situations like that. When the defense wasn't tired, they were praying for yards. They literally had to do a fake punt to even get things going. And after that, they went 3 and out, and I'm talking about big 3 and outs. It was 2nd and 43 at one point in the game. Okay, so the defense is doing what they're supposed to do. We have to keep things in perspective. 2-minute drills, 2-minute drives are supposed to tire out the opposing defense. The 49ers are leading. The only time we trailed in this entire game is on the first 4th down of the game when they did the fake punt and they ran it in. After that, we tied it. After that, we took the lead, and we have never once looked back. Now, the question is, can Kyle dig enough to outshoot the Seattle Seahawks, who are the most desperate team in the entire NFL? They have less than 1% of a chance of making the postseason, but Russell Wilson's not a quitter. Okay? Pete Carroll is not a quitter. He's a cheater. He's not a quitter. Okay? Now, there's been a lot of nasty injuries also. I think we should talk about that. We should send some prayers, well wishes, good vibes, positive energy to some of these guys that are out there that are injured, man. Trenton Cannon on the opening play of the game. Big loss for the Niners because that's the return game. All right? That's a major, major difference in the game in field position and where we're starting from just straight out the gate. The next player that got injured was it the corner? Was it Mosley?
Yes. Yep, and then Tart.
Mosley was the next guy that got injured after that. He's walking on the sideline, but it looks like it's a high ankle sprain. I'm not 100% sure. He grabbed his ankle pretty high. And the other player that got injured right after that was Jaquiski Tart, who is back on the field. Tart is back out there. I'm trying to think if there were any other 49er players. And I can't even remember if there were any Seahawk players that got injured. But, you don't want to see the game come down to that.
Tyler Lockett got injured, and I can't tell if he came back.
I don't think he came back, and that's why you see Eskridge out there doing what he's doing.
Eskridge, yeah.
So you are absolutely right. Great call on that. Listen, I'm not one of those guys. If you're injured, best of to you guys. Heal up, get back out there. Good luck to you. I'm not one of those guys that say, "Oh no, just get out there and be injured." So here's what we're hoping for right now, though, guys. The Niners offense. I'm not going to put any more pressure on the defense. The defense has caused what 3 or 4 forced fumbles in this game already. How many? I don't even have the stats pulled up in front of me. The defense has called at least 3 forced fumbles. They've recovered at least one of them. I mean, they're out there doing their damn thing. I'm not going to blame the defense for anything that happens with the rest of this game. Sorry. Call me a homer. Say I'm too hard on the offense, whatever it is. Okay. I don't care. I don't care. They said Lockett did come back in. Okay, cool. But what I'm going to say is this offense now has to be the finisher. The offense has to be the finishers. And for the first time all season, I think we have to put up more points in the second half than we did in the first half to keep.
So we got to score 24 points in this half.
Yes, we do.
This is going to be one of those New Orleans Saints type of games.
Right.
Matter of fact, the pass that Kittle scored a touchdown, that's the same pass from that New Orleans Saints game, except for he didn't score the touchdown in the Saints game, but he was able to get it by keeping his feet in bounds. That's that 3-yard pass to George Kittle. Listen, man, the offense doesn't have to be flawless, but they have to definitely continue to find ways to execute. And so they're going to have to find a way. The pass game is working. The run game has been it's pretty much stuffed. Like we only have what 46 rushing yards. It's pretty much stuffed. They're putting 8 and 9 people in the box.
They're selling out to stop the run. This is what we were talking about in the pregame show,
and they're
right?
Forcing Jimmy to throw the ball.
And it's to the point of 23, bro. We have 23 points in the first half. Let's talk about that for a second. When a team is selling out to take away the best weapon, the run game that the 49ers have, we still have 23 points in the first half.
Yeah, Jimmy's actually not playing that bad.
Nope.
From a numbers game.
Nope, he's not.
From a contextual game, though, luckily their offense didn't figure it out. So what they're doing on offense is they're running 2-minute offense, right? And so that means that we're unable to sub. And so if we can't sub and rotate our players out, then obviously we're in the wrong packages and they're going to continue to move the ball. And so that's what Seattle's doing. They call it the up-tempo offense. That's kind of what they're doing. Russell's getting the ball out quick, things like that. The 49ers, Jimmy's looking good, man. 10 for 15, 157 yards, 2 TDs, that dumb interception. But he is throwing a lot of his passes high, Mike. Now, some of these passes, the majority of his passes have been caught, but these high throws, they got to simmer down just a little bit. And I would like to see, we got to find a way to get Ayuk involved. But you know what? If they can't cover Kittle, then you got to go with the high hand. Remember that one game? Wasn't it against Seattle? I can't remember, or the Cardinals, I remember. And Kittle had like 15 receptions for 100 and something plus yards, and it was working. And I think we won that game. This might be a game like that. You just got to kind of give the ball to the guy who they're not covering right. I mean, that's what it is, right? I mean, we've been taking away Lockett, we've been taking away Metcalf, and now Freddie Swain ain't did nothing. And here comes the rookie, Dwayne Eskridge, who I felt like ain't played a game all season, and then all of a sudden he gets his first touchdown pass.
You know what it was, man? People don't want to admit it. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to acknowledge it. It's fresh legs, bro. 2-minute drive, fresh legs against a worn-out defense. People want to say, oh, the roughing the passer penalties. That last one that came in, that last one that came in on Minihue, right? It wasn't that he hit Russell too high. He fell with all his body weight on him.
I think that's a dumb penalty, but okay.
Huh?
I think that's a dumb ruling.
Yeah, no, I mean, but that's the rule, though. I mean, so I'm with you, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But the reason he can't shift his weight as he's falling is that they're winded. They're tired already. That takes a lot more energy to try to roll your body to make sure you don't land flush on the quarterback, right?
I guess,
so,
bro.
When we're sitting here and we're watching this and they're saying, oh, the defense gave it up. The defense gave it up. Yeah, they did, but the team was doing exactly what they were supposed to do. The Seahawks. They took us to a situation and an advantage that favored them. We were winded, okay? And they put the freshest legs on the field and got the points with him. It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. And this is what happens with desperate teams. They're going to try to exploit any and every advantage that they could possibly take. The smallest, minute detail is going to make the biggest difference in the outcome of this game. That's what it is. I want to give a shout out to the defensive line. I think this defense has been playing incredibly. The pressures up the middle, on the edges, they've been all over Russell Wilson. Did we find the stats? Did we find out how many forced fumbles they have? I
No,
mean,
I don't know as far as forced fumbles. Hold on.
I just
Because
know
it says
that.
we have one fumble recovery. So let me look up these forced fumbles.
So I think it's 3-1. Then I think it's 3 forced fumbles with 1 recovery. I think it's 3 forced
Yeah,
fumbles with 1 recovery. I mean, this team is doing way. I'm not going to say way more, but I'll be honest with you. I'll be completely honest with you. They're playing better than I thought they would, and I'm not ashamed of saying that.
yeah.
The, the
They.
score. Go ahead.
No, you're right. They're pretty much in control, but they have to keep control. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're kind of dictating the flow of this game. If the defense could go out there and find a way to make a plug to get the ball, the turn back, the 49ers need to come down here and score right on this drive and give it a 9-point lead, right? That's a 2-score game, right? If they do that, then the 49ers can find a way to get the ball back on D and then score again, whether it's 3 or 7 points, and then the 49ers can be in full control. We were talking about momentum shifting, and so like I feel like Seattle, by answering back, still has momentum. They don't have the momentum, but they have momentum. Now the
Momentum is
49ers,
shifting. Yes.
right. And the question is, can the 49ers take the shift back?
Well,
Right.
the
And
best time
so,
for momentum to start shifting back in their direction is when we get the long ass halftime break where we can
right,
gather ourselves and
right,
recuperate. This is going to
right.
be about the coaches, guys. This ain't about the players anymore. This is going to be Kyle Shanahan versus Pete Carroll, period. And the history says Pete Carroll comes out on top. That's what the history says. The history says this is Pete Carroll's game. He's got us right where he wants us. Keep it close and let Russell get the last possession and march down the field and win the game. Right? And unfortunately, because of that missed extra point, a field goal does not send it to overtime. A field goal gets them the dub. So
Correct.
at some point, in my opinion, we got to go for 2. That's the
Right.
way I feel about it.
To make up for that extra point we missed.
Yes. Yes. At some point, we should go for 2, in my opinion. But I doubt that Kyle does that. Kyle's not usually that aggressive. He's probably not going to do that. So let me ask you this before the halftime starts, because I know they're going to be getting back on soon. What are your keys to victory for the second half, man? What's the if you can give me one thing that you want to see happen for the second half, what is it?
They're gonna have to keep figuring out how to let's move the ball offensively, keep the flow going. If the run game has been stopped, they have to continue to pass the ball, the short passes, screens, set up more screens. Brandon Ayuk dropped a key screen. You know what I'm saying? So the screen game looks like it can work. The players just have to execute. I'm really more focused on the offense, in my opinion. If the defense isn't gassed or winded, they don't bother. They don't. The defense doesn't worry me at all. It's when there's nothing you could do when Russell Wilson's out there with the same personnel, same package, and you got your base package out there, and he's taking advantage of it or whatnot. And he's got 3 wide receiver sets and 4 wide receivers, and you got like you know what I'm saying? 3 linebackers. You're not in a nickel. You're not in a dime, and so that's where it gets tricky. But they just got to go out there and execute, man. And they got to continue to put up points. They can't go 3 and out.
I'm going to put the onus. All right. I like that you put it on the offense because everything you said I agree with. I'm going to put the onus on the defensive line in particular. Our secondary is banged up even more. Tart's back, but he's probably still a little sore from something. We don't know exactly what the injury was. We lost Mosley, like you said, our best corner. People don't want to give him the credit. They don't want to give him the props. But Mosley has not allowed any touchdowns. He hasn't allowed any more than 58 yards in the game to a receiver, no more than 4 catches in the game. Mosley is having a career year, and he's gone. And we are relying on Diamador Lenore, the rookie. Okay? I'm going to put the onus and the pressure on the defensive line. You got to stay on Russell Wilson, stay in Russell Wilson's butt. All right? Running the ball ain't going to get it done. So we have to stay on them. We have to take away the run, make them have to pass, and make them pass faster than they want to. That's going to be my key to victory here, man. Wayne, I'm going to ask you straight up, man. I'm going to ask you straight up, and then we're going to get out of here. And we're going to continue watching this game over on the Patreon together as a family, all right? If you guys aren't there, you're looking for somewhere to watch the second half, come over there and join us, patreon.com/MB Niners. Wayne, I'm going to ask you straight up, man. You think the Niners have what it takes to pull it off?
Yep, they have what it takes to pull it off. I told you it was going to be close, and I told you they were going to be trailing, and I told you they were going to come back from behind and win.
Yeah, you saying that they're going to take the Seattle scheme and the Seattle way to win, and we're going to make that our own.
That's going to be our own.
Hey, I went to the casino today, and everything is aligning for me, man. I'm riding this one out, man. Niners all day, baby. I think we pulled a win out. All
We
right.
fumbled and Seattle has the ball already, bro.
Okay, we'll see y'all on the other side, man. Y'all be safe over there. All right. Peace.